Last time on Dice Funk.
An experiment that I was in the early phases of, that I have postponed it. Your little revolution or whatever takes place.
Well, we're almighty thankful for the author. I do believe we're going to decline. The revolution in Valentine is going to be one without that kind of violence.
New Nestwind is a coastal resort city, Ed's old location, called Harker's Casino.
These two security forces are large mechanical beings. They are called inevitables.
So they're big guy.
That's me. I'm the big guy. Yeah.
Harker is a fairly paranoid individual.
Is there any place in this casino that's not in this casino? Like,
Would it distract the guards if when I won my jackpot I went, "Help yourselves everyone, it's on me"?
If it started a riot...
Well, we can do one of two things. We can try to break into the vault right away, or I can try to march into the office of the guy that potentially ordered me to be killed off and give him a piece of my mind before we do so.
If we go over Harker's office first, I have another cunning plan. Frank is going to use disguise self to make himself look like big guy.
Pond locks eyes with Ed, and you see she goes to reach for her sidearm.
We don't need those right now. I just need to talk. I think I deserve at least that.
Austin saw a dog today and cried.
Okay, he's gonna narc on me?
Oh, I'm gonna knock on you.
At least I'm not the one that narked about that. I'm just saying.
Is that's how you do me? That's how you do me on my own show?
Hey, how beautiful was that dog?
Oh my god, he's an angel.
What kind of dog was it?
Big.
No, like what? Like coat length, color, snout size, ears, floppy, unfloppy? Come on.
It was kind of like an extra hefty Airbud.
Oh, so was it just like a fat golden retriever?
I think so.
Did you
I love it.
you boop that snoot?
I didn't. I was respectful.
He doesn't want to ask people if he can pet their dogs.
Okay, none of this is usable. You guys want to do a show?
I want to do a show, but I'm gonna keep referencing you crying at a dog just so that you have to start with it.
Wow, the ownage.
No, I'll be nice.
Owned in the butt on my own podcast. Coming this fall. All right, so last we left this adventure, you guys had heisted Harker's Casino. Heist is kind of a loose term on this season of Dice Funk. It basically means to go somewhere you're not supposed to be, in our parlance. Everybody contributed. Lenora, you got big guy.
The big guy.
The big guy who Frank you caused a riot to get some of you guys deeper in, and then used an illusion to look like big guy so you guys weren't questioned. Ed got Kyle to conspicuously walk in with them so that it seems like you guys are chaperones, so no one's going to come after you immediately. Frank, you alarmed the door. Reese used an illusion to check to see if anybody reacted to Ash. There was a lot of stuff. Everyone did a cool thing to get to this point.
We actually did a competent heist episode last episode.
Can you imagine a whole season of that?
I know, if we'd had a whole season of doing things competently, where would the story be now, huh?
You guys would all be presidents of your own countries.
Boring.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now you guys have made it to Harker's office. Harker owns this casino. He essentially runs this entire city, if not country, because this is a corporatocracy like everything this season. You guys were escorted into the room by Pond and Booker, two human operatives, people with guns who do crime, basically, for Harker. They walk you into this room. Harker is a halfling, which in D&D basically just means a shorter person. They used to be called hobbits in first edition, but
I wonder why they stopped doing that.
the Tolkien estate didn't take kindly. We'll say that. But basically, longtime listeners know that we use some of the canon culture stuff, but every person is still an individual. So it doesn't mean that he has to be a certain way. But halflings, like, definitive cultural traits are they really like having fun. They like smoking that pipe weed and having second breakfast. You know, Hobbit stuff. So you guys walk in. Harker is this kind of grease back hair, like 40-year-old looking guy. He crushes up a Equinox pill with a credit card, snorts it off his mahogany desk.
Oh, shit.
All right, so you guys are led into this room. Both Pond and Booker have guns. Harker does not appear to be armed, but there's a red button on his desk that his hand hovers over, and he says, "So give me one reason why I shouldn't push this and have the inevitables come up here and tear all your heads off while Pond and Booker shoot you in the kidneys repeatedly."
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that you try to have me killed off then, wouldn't it?
Also, you're gonna have some trouble this time because we are like seemingly unkillable superheroes. So, like, you know, maybe don't do that. Like last time, someone tried to shoot one of us to death. You know, they got their own arm blown off.
Frank. Frank.
Also, we're not here for like your shit. We don't want to bother your shit.
So what can I do for you? You come into my casino, you start a riot, you sneak past my security, you're armed, you're in force. What could you possibly want?
Ash?
That guy, yeah.
Well, you know how things work here, 517.
If you're going to call me something, call me at least by the name I ran by when I worked here, Harker. All right?
I can't keep all of you straight. Which one are you?
Jeez, it's only been 5 years, and you're already replaced me easily enough out there. Listen, just call me Ed at this point.
Ed?
Yeah.
They don't have names like that where you're from, boy.
What do you mean where I'm from? Everyone in the band has self-designated names. That's part of our protocol.
No, from the factory where I bought you.
Well, does he not know that that the band has their own self-designated names that they've been running with for the past 10 years?
Oh, he just doesn't care.
Yeah, you are a product I bought. You have a product number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, listen, to the band members, to your other employees here, to the audience that I entertained when I worked here 5 years ago, I didn't have that name because, you know, it doesn't run well. In any case, Harker, like I said, you're threatening to have me killed off. That wouldn't be the first time you tried to have that done, would it?
Did you break into my casino to ask me rhetorical questions?
No, I told you I came here. I said I came here for Ash. We came here for Ash because he is here in this building and you have him hidden somewhere for some reason.
Yes, he is here, and I have him, and you know how things work here.
I don't tell me.
The 4 magic words. Fuck you, pay me.
Fuck you, pay me.
Once again, as far as I can tell, either you or the manager or someone ordered me killed off 5 years ago. And look how that turned out, I guess.
Fuck you, pay me.
And now, Ash, who's been working on behalf of your, you know, I'm not going to say buddy. I might say adversary or a frenemy, Aaron Aeronautics. By the way, Aaron is tracking him, so if he's in this building, then he's inadvertently acting as a set of eyes and ears for Aaron. I'm not sure if you want that or not, Harker.
Fuck you, pay me.
With what? You didn't pay us when you didn't pay me when I was in the band. You didn't pay me when I ran those jobs for you.
That's because you were the fall guy. You ignorant little toaster.
I'm now just picturing an 80s children's animated film called The Ignorant Little Toaster.
So when the last job I worked on went south, you could just pin it all on that one Warforged that happened to die during the mission. It was his fault, and wipe your hands clean of it.
Yeah, that's how it works. There's a pile of you out in the desert with bullets in their asses.
Is it always the bass player? Is that something you have? You have an issue with bass players, isn't it?
Did a bass player steal your girlfriend in high school?
No one else in the band has been replaced since I was gone.
You keep asking all these questions, and I've already given you my answer.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any money to give you, Harker, and to be honest, I'm surprised you're defending Ash so much, given the fact that he's, you know, been working for Aaron Aeronautics.
I don't expect loyalty from you, any of yous. That's what you do.
That's racist.
He goes where he's programmed. You go where you're programmed. I pay for you. And when you're done, I recycle you.
So what's your price?
God, I'm so glad you brought at least one fucking friend who can talk. Hello. He actually like looks just like you're the only one in the room now, Lenora. And he says,
God.
all right, negotiator. So I don't think you can pay my monetary price, but things often have sentimental value. I'm more interested in that. Does he have anything that he really doesn't want to give up?
This electric baton that I've been guarding for him. See how big I am? I'm the bodyguard.
I mean, I think by him. Oh, sorry. Well, out here, I think by him he means Ed.
Yeah, no.
I'm saying I'm protecting it because I'm the biggest one.
Lenora is trying to bluff and pretend that this baton is something incredibly important to you, so you don't have to give up anything actually important.
Deception, Lenora.
Oh, right.
Come on, crit, come on.
Roll 20. Be my friend today. No, it's a 10.
Yeah, he doesn't buy that, but he does think it's a good joke that you told. He's not mad at you. He respects the hustle. He says, listen, let's just put everything out on the table. Let's just play each other straight here. We're all businessmen, or anybody who is not. I don't acknowledge your existence, but I have more than all of you can possibly imagine. What's your net worth? I don't care. Quadruple it. Add it all together. It doesn't matter. I own a company. Companies are people. That means I'm two people. Money is speech. I have more free speech than you. I have more access to anything you can possibly imagine. Anything you can do, I can hire someone who can do it twice as good. What I'm saying is, I'm not just better than all of you. I am more of a person than all of you. Do you understand? Objectively, mathematically.
Listen. Could you just like take your philosophies about monetary worth and personal value and put it to a little pamphlet and then shove it up your ass?
You're so irrational. Could you put your emotions to the side for a minute and just be rational and objective?
All right.
Please.
Okay, listen. We may not have things or money, but what we do have is social capital.
I'm listening.
So we're here to get Ash because he is wanted for crimes against the city of Valentine. We are working for the government of Valentine. We're basically superheroes. It's really cool. But while we may not be able to trade things, I could speak to my supervisor about maybe some goodwill between your cities for helping us get this criminal. We would let them know that you helped us through. I could put her. Maybe I'll call her right now. I don't know. What do you think?
I think persuasion roll.
I think that's also a 7. Please also be a 7. No, it's a 4. That's 3 less. 15.
15 is better, so he's listening. He says, okay, I'm going to need a little bit more than a mention in the news story. Ash is a dangerous assassin. So if I'm going to sell him up the river, I'm going to need a little bit more than that. We're on the right track, though. So
How's this? When we get interviewed about this taking down this dangerous criminal, the way we present it is, dangerous criminal, who knows where they were, and thankfully this casino was more than accommodating, helped us to trapped him in the casino until we could get there, and provided everything we needed to take him down. They were a beneficial part of our saving the day.
Wow, and the architecture is beautiful. The bartender is excellent. The games are fun. Everyone, go check out Harker's Casino.
Indeed, we never would have saved the day if we had not gone to Harker's Casino.
I mean, don't get it twisted. I definitely want the media hit, the full package, B-roll, nice vaunted ceilings. Yeah, we're on board there. But in addition, I need that certain je ne sais quoi of this deal. That little extra mwah, the chef kiss, the heat. How about not only did I help personally to catch this dangerous criminal, but he was working with the dangerous radical Aaron of Aaron Aeronautics.
That's bad.
I'm gonna suggest this instead. We take Ash, and then when we do the interviews for the media afterwards, I don't explain to them how I walked into your casino and got the double jackpot like 2 minutes after walking in. Like, I can tell people, like, Holodeck is an easy enough game. I can tell people how to walk into your casino and just get that double jackpot. And if you don't want that, you could just, you know.
I so want that. That rules. You can't buy promotion that good. Our machines are crazy easy to beat. Come on in.
That is a good hook, to be honest.
Yeah, it is.
You want people to believe they can win easily, so they can come in and burn their cash.
The message I was hoping he would hear from that is I can tell them how to beat your machines, not that your machines are easy to beat. Fuck. Oh no.
No, because if that's true, he'll just change them.
Because casinos set the algorithms for the payout rates.
Oh no,
slots.
Oh, I've got it. My reputation in card gaming circles is actually pretty fucking low. If your machines could be beaten by me, there's not much fun in playing your games, is there?
Are we gonna ask Algernon to be the face of the holodeck machine?
Algernon will be out there being like, ugh, who wants to play a card game that could be beaten by Frank Westerly, huh?
All that's worth talking about, but it's not the crux of the deal. You understand?
I don't think any of us want to mess with Aaron.
No, I know. That's why it's so valuable.
He's the scariest person. No.
We can go back to plan A.
Aaron, can you hear this? He's trying to throw you on his butt.
I mean, Aaron probably does get a readout of it, and he looks at it, and he's like, lol, back to science.
Okay, I have an idea. Mm-hmm. One of the options we had was give you something valuable to us, something that has sentimental value that is going to hurt us to give up. Do you mind if I step outside and get something for you for a sec?
You better not be George.
No, I'm not getting George. Don't worry.
I was gonna go ham.
So, is he cool with me going outside for a second to sort something?
This is an interesting tactic. I guess, are you telling the truth, deception, or...
I'm telling the truth that I want to go outside and I will come back in to, like, present an offer to him.
Okay.
And I have to leave the room to prepare this offer.
Okay. Persuasion, because this is super suspicious.
Okay. What is my persuasion again? I'm pretty sure it's pretty high. It's +2. That'll do.
+2, that'll do.
14.
He rests his palm on the button on his desk, and he says, "You have 10 seconds."
Okay, how long does it take to do minor conjuration?
Minor conjuration, I think, is an action.
Which is 6 seconds.
Okay, so that's what, 6 seconds? Okay, that's under 10. I'm gonna go outside, and I'm gonna minor conjuration a copy of my wedding ring.
Aww.
So I'm going to try and fool him into thinking I'm giving him my wedding ring as sentimental collateral. So
read minor conjuration for the audience.
So minor conjuration. Conjure an inanimate object up to 3 foot per side or less, 15 pounds or less. It radiates dim light up to 5 feet. It's a well-lit room. I'm hoping that won't be a big deal. Is that, like, dim light in a lit room? Yeah, it's fine. Lasts for up to an hour.
Also, it's visibly magic.
Oh.
So that's the thing, that depending on who's looking at it, is that it's like, if someone is able to even get a glean of what magic is, they'll know that it's a magic item of some sort or magical in nature.
I can bullshit a story about the magical meaning.
Oh, sure. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just describing parts of the rule there.
That's a bit. I appreciate that. I'm gonna go in with my magic wedding ring.
What's the enchantment?
Me and my husband, it's kind of a heartbreaking story. We got an enchantment on it to basically promise that we would keep loving each other forever, and when that stopped happening, that was all a bit of a thing. It was a promise-based enchantment that really hurt to see that broken, to see that someone would be willing to go against something that they, poured magic into being like, no, I will, I'll stick with this forever, and he's not around anymore, and that's a thing, so, yeah.
They got divorced, but he didn't want it. I'm trying to sell it, I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate the sell.
I think maybe this is a performance role.
Okay.
If you're really trying to sell the sadness of the story.
20.
20!
Not a crit, but a 20. That's very good.
It's 20. It's a 20 on my here is my magic wedding ring.
Social checks are not mind control, but 20 is very good. So he says, all right, new deal. We do the media hit, we do the commercials, we do the packages, we get something streaming, we get something on the YouTube, and I'll take the ring as collateral.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I love Mewtwo.
That's totally unnecessary information. Thank you.
I'm glad to, we did what we had to.
All right, so instead of making a very direct enemy of Aaron, you guys pull a trick on Harker.
Now we just have to make sure we get Ash and get out in the next hour.
Absolutely, and that's the consequence. So
Yeah.
instead of having Aaron as an enemy, you're going to have Harker as an enemy in 1 hour. That's so good.
I'll take that. We'll be out of the country. We'll be good.
So he says, fine, whatever. Ash is in the vault.
Let us in that vault.
He opens a drawer on his desk and pulls out a knife.
No.
And he says, people always do this on their palm. It's very stupid. Palms don't heal quickly. They reopen a lot. It's idiocy. So he cuts the back of his hand and just walks over to you guys with it bleeding. Do you do anything to stop him?
No.
No, he knows what he's doing.
I'm not gonna let him cut me.
No, he's not going to cut you. He actually leaves the knife at his desk. He's just walking over with...
He's gonna smudge blood all over us.
Yeah.
I'll take it, I guess. Just don't get it on the threads.
All right, he just does a Simba.
Oh my god.
He puts the blood on all of you and says that'll get you into the vault. And when he does it to Ed, he does it real shittily. Like, he just drags his bleeding hand down your face, just pushing on it.
Just staring into your eyes.
Yeah, never breaking eye contact.
Careful with that, Harker. You might get me with another virus, as the rumors went around.
Ooh.
Wow, you really are a whiny-ass bitch. Do you think they had to patch that out by now?
I've got one question before we go in that vault. We need to either defeat or capture Ash. Is there anything in this casino that could work to our advantage you could tell us about?
All I can say, as far as the casino is concerned, is unless you guys want to end up on the news, don't touch anything but Ash. Also, from my conversations, I don't know if he has any fighting spirit left in him, so I don't know if that'll be an issue.
Well, in that case, I guess time to go to the Pocket Dimension Vault, which we guess it is a Pocket Dimension. It's a Pocket Dimension, right?
Yeah, I love pocket dimensions.
Okay, yeah, we're going to the Pocket Dimension Vault.
What vaults aren't in this economy?
In this economy? Okay.
It's seriously though, it is just a anti-teleportation measure, because in a world of teleportation, vaults are just an incredibly precarious thing to have at all. So you basically have to hack it. All right, so you guys leave Harker's office. Do you guys want to say anything on your way out? Pond and Booker holster their guns. I almost said sheathe their guns, like it's the Romeo and Juliet movie.
Sheath them.
As soon as we're out of hearing range, I'm gonna just clue everyone in that, yeah, we've got to get this done in an hour and get out.
Ooh, I love heists that have time limits. That's really exciting.
I think we can do it in an hour. Apparently he has no fighting spirit.
All right, you guys approach the vault. You have to go back through the maze of managerial corridors in this casino, but you guys go back to the fork, and then you take the one to the vault, and you guys find an enormous steel door with a ton of those spinning lock things on it, and there's a keypad, and it has all these features on it that if you guys had gone here first, you would have spent some time playing with. Probably would have been defeated. You don't have Katarina anymore, so you can't just use victory itself to just win these things.
Right.
But it does a beep boop when you guys get near, because you have the DNA lock. So it recognizes all of you, and you guys can open it if you want.
All right.
Let's open that big door.
Yep.
All right, it confirms your identities, and the giant door clicks open and swings, and there is a huge bright light that spills out of the vault as it is another dimension altogether inside there.
Ed walks in ahead of everyone else.
All right, Ed, you find yourself in what can only be described as a treasure room. Stacks and stacks of gold, actual, literal, real treasure chests, as if this was The Legend of Zelda or something.
I say, is it like fucking like Smog's, like when he's on top of when he sleeps on all the piles of treasure? Is it like that?
It is very much like that in like half the room, and then the other half is just tables with stacks of money cash, just like paper cash on it.
Money cash.
And then there's another part of the room with just like computers and stuff, which you assume are doing like whatever the magical equivalent of Bitcoin mining is.
Oh, God.
It's like several eras of wealth. There's like gold, and then there's paper money, and then there's the new shit. And it's all just accumulating in here. But a thing you notice about this room is it is not like any other architecture you've ever seen. It is metal, like the walls are metal, the ceiling's metal, the floors are metal, and it's heavily filigreed. Do you guys know what filigree is? I don't mean to talk down to you, but it is not a common word.
I believe I know of it exclusively from a magic card.
Like, there's traces of like gold or silver all over the place.
No, it's like inlaid, right?
Is it where you take a broken object and you use like gold to repair it so that the repairs are part of why it's beautiful? Is it that thing?
Actually, that's the first definition of filigree that I found online. Ornamental work of fine gold or silver wire formed into delicate tracery.
Yeah, it's the wire aspect, which it's like
Oh, like filament, right.
yeah, probably the same root word. Yeah, and as Chris says, the Magic the Gathering setting, Kaladesh, is basically entirely made of filigree. It is ornamental metalwork done like filaments. So there's just a lot of very fine, like every square inch of this place must have taken hundreds of hours.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, some filigree stuff is practically like not necessarily the same as like modern 3D printing with plastic, but kind of like that, depending on how much the work is actually made with the gold or silver like filament. So
yeah, it can look like 3D printing, but you have to do it by hand. It's bananas.
Oh, yeah,
just
sure.
It's a fun Google image search if you're curious.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the floors, the walls, the ceilings, the furniture, everything is made out of metal that was wrought by hand with delicate details that they go beyond ostentatious to a kind of religious quality.
Dang.
So that's where you guys are. You don't see Ash.
Ash, you coward!
I love Lenora.
Now that we are in the correct dimension, I'm just wondering to the group, is it worth me trying locate creature again now that we're in the correct dimension?
No.
No?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, it depends how large the area looks like.
It's a fourth. It would be my only remaining fourth level slot.
Yeah,
let's not worry about that for now then.
Yeah.
If we get lost in here, I suppose, but
I did just yell, Ash, you coward.
Yeah, you don't get any response, but your voice does echo, like far away. It seems like there's a lot more to this building,
Right.
but you just can't see it over the mounds of gold and so forth.
I'm also gonna yell, get out of here, you little punk bitch!
am I right in thinking that if you use something like detect magic in a pocket dimension, just you'll get fucking blinded by everything because it's a magical pocket dimension?
It depends on the dimension.
Yeah, I think in this case it may not necessarily, but
yeah. So for those who aren't aware, D&D takes place in a multiverse. There are many different planes or dimensions, as I sometimes informally call them, and they all have different qualities. So in previous seasons, you've gone to Hell, which has a very lawful evil quality, and there's special things about it. I think we've been to the Beastlands, which is all animals and goodness. So you don't know the qualities of this plane yet.
Okay. Not knowing the qualities, Frank is going to try and cast Detect Magic and see if anything particularly flags up.
So you actually aren't blinded immediately. You cast Detect Magic and you scan the room, and most of the stuff in here is mundane. They're just dollar bills or, bill notes. They're just pieces of gold, and there are computers. There are hints of magic here and there, like where someone enchanted a coin to make it like always come up heads or something. But you aren't getting anything particularly magical in this room. Although you do see like the vague outlines of magic coming from behind some walls. And if you like go look, you find there are corridors out of here, out of this vault.
Damn it.
As it were.
Come on, Ash. I'm here. Want to talk about stuff.
Come here, boy.
Yeah, you guys do not get a response from anyone or Ash, but Frank does feel distant magic.
Do we follow the distant magic feel?
Of course.
Okay, let's go follow the distant magic feel.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys exit the vault area through the corridors that Frank found. You guys go up a winding staircase. Once again, all the walls, the ceiling, the floor, they're all this filigreed metal, very ornate. You see some like columns that are the same as you exit the stairwell and into what is obviously a throne room.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think of a bigger word than enormous. Gigantic, gargantuan? Does gargantuan feel right?
Too big.
You think that you're outside for a moment before you look up and you're like, oh, no, there is a ceiling up there. I see it there. Hello, ceiling. And it's just like atmospherically high.
Is he sitting on the throne? Like a punk little bitch?
So the rest of this room, this huge throne room, you guys are at one corner end of it. On the other end, you see there is what you think is a statue, a giant statue of a man. And you see there's a figure kneeling at the foot of the statue. But besides that, it's just columns of filigreed metal, metal floor, metal walls, and it's just this huge throne room.
Is this Mechanus?
Lauren, the audience, does not know what you mean.
The plane where Primus is from, right?
Every season's a self-contained season, Lauren.
No, he talked about it last episode because that's where the Inevitables are from.
That's true, but still, it's not enough information.
Okay, well, somebody else explain it.
Mechanus, is the plane that primarily, like, the Modrons come from and is predominantly, mechanical in nature, but not in the same way that Warforged are mechanical, if I understand correctly.
They're like natural. They're just like people, but robots. They're just there. I don't know.
Mechanus is a naturally occurring plane of synthetic life and mechanical ecosystems.
I just feel like I got really dunked on for guessing it right.
No, it's asking you to expand. I wanted you to hear you describe it.
No.
Lenora, I'm going to say in character, you put two and two together because you saw the Inevitables, which are also big fancy metal guys.
Yeah, and Lenora's actually smart.
Very smart. You guys think you are in Mechanus, a plane of lawful neutrality where Modron are from, and also Inevitables. Not Warforged because they were made, but they are similar life forms.
Is the figure kneeling before the statue Ash?
You get close enough to see that, and yes, it is.
What is this golden statue of?
Is it Primus?
Why don't you guys make a religion check?
I rolled a 5.
18.
14.
2 successes, which is what you guys need to pass. You look at this huge statue of a mechanical man, and you think, oh, this is a statue of Primus. And then you look at the way its arms are down at its side and its head hangs, and you realize, no, this is the dead body of Primus.
He dead! Oh, because I killed everyone last season.
Yeah.
All them gods are dead.
I was shook for a second. I was like, oh no, Ash killed a god. And I was like, oh, that was me. Never mind.
Primus, god and creator of the Modron, lord of this realm, is dead.
Oh, I feel bad now.
I mean...
Sorry, Primus. Stuff happens.
And Primus is like 10 stories tall, but he looks like a marionette who's had his strings cut, and he's just like limply sitting on what used to be it's actually less of a throne and more of a dais, because comfort was not really a concern for him. But he's like sitting on this platform. He used to have his hands raised up, each one holding a portal to other planes. But he is dead, and his arms are at his side limply, and his head hangs. And Ash kneels in front of the dais, almost as if in prayer. He doesn't have like his hands up in like a Protestant prayer, but he's kneeling at the foot.
Lenora feels a small tinge of guilt for something maybe a past life once did.
Oh no, are we establishing?
No, I was making a joke.
Okay, oof. Carefulness.
Oh, that's true. Everyone would take that for real. Should we sneak up on him, or can I call him a punk little bitch again?
Ed will walk closer to Ash and say,
Ash, what are you doing here?
Ash slowly stands up. His arm with the syringes on it is leaking, dripping acid and poison. As the acid hits the floor, it sizzles and begins to melt through it. And as the poison touches the air, it turns to gas, actually. And there's like a ribbon of purple poisonous gas that comes out of his fingertip. And he doesn't seem to mind. It's not intentional. It just seems to be because it was hastily constructed. And as he stands, he doesn't turn to face you. And he simply says,
I came to free them.
To free who?
He begins walking around the body of Primus to behind the dais, where there is a window out of what you now know is the temple of Primus on this plane.
Ed walks over to where the window is.
Ash gets to the window and like puts his hand against it, like leaving streaks of whatever is in the syringes. The glass melts away at the part where the acid touched it, and he looks down over this city of not just mechanical people. There are Modron moving around, like little ants outside this enormous building, but there are humans, there are elves, there are dwarves in small numbers, immigrants. But this is a primarily a mechanical plane, but all kinds of other life forms have come here, and everybody seems to be at work, busily, happily working away.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks down on them. He says,
When Primus died, the Modron were freed from their programming, and yet they labor still.
I'm a bit concerned because with you, I hear freedom, and what I hear is you're gonna kill them. I don't know why that's where my brain goes, but in my brain, you saying freedom with your whole mercy thing, you gotta kill them all.
Ed is going to shift so that mage hands are out, and Martis sort of takes control for a moment to talk to Ash.
So how would you propose mass changing the programming of the Modron, or really any entire species of constructs? Is that what you meant when you were talking to us back in Sharp's Tower about getting me out of this body so that I could personally go around and free all of the other Forged and Modron?
He scrapes his claw down the window before his hand kind of falls to his side, and he says,
How can I save those who do not wish to be saved?
You don't?
So, Lenora, you said you don't, and he kind of reaches up and he just begins like idly clawing at his own face. He's like peeling parts of his own
Jesus.
face off.
Stop that. You stop that.
The fate of all people of any species shouldn't be viewed as your personal obligation. You know, that's asking too much of yourself.
Yeah, dude, that's not healthy.
You did this to me.
What?
I was happy under Aaron, and you dropped me. You damaged me.
In our defense, you did try to kill us multiple times first. You kept showing up with the explicit aim of murdering us. You know.
That was the job. It brought me satisfaction. And you ruined it.
Okay, and our job was stay alive.
I'm not going to apologize for stopping you from killing either Katarina at the time or Richard Sharp. I'm not going to apologize for that.
So what? You kill me here? It's too late to stop what's happening in Valentine. Beatrice has the Sephiroth. It is only a matter of time until she has the city.
Well, to clear one thing up, we don't want to kill you in here. We want to kill you out on the floor where people can see us do it, but, that's semantics.
Do you think we can get away with just taking him into custody?
We have to have a conflict in public so that it creates publicity.
Yeah, I know.
I just wish we had a chance to talk earlier, Ash. We never had a chance.
'Cause you were being a dick.
Life is chances. Everyone has chances. It's never the right time. You put it off and you endure and you suffer, and then it's too late and you die and it starts again. It's always the wrong time.
I mean, to be fair, the first time we saw each other after 5 years, we were being chased by the police, so commentary aside about people putting off doing anything, that particular moment was a bit rough. Did you believe it when Harker said that I was a virus, that Ed had a virus? Did you believe him?
The person I was then cared for you. You are not a virus. I wanted to save you. And you hurt me. And now I can't think. It hurts. It hurts.
And he's just actually slashing his own face to ribbons now.
Mortis in the body of Ed tries to reach out and grab at Ash's hand that has like the acid hands on it and try to hold it to prevent him from hurting himself anymore.
Dexterity contest?
Sure.
13.
Oh, geez. It'd be 12. So, yeah.
All right, so he slaps your hand away and he says,
Enough talk. Kill me now. Grant me mercy. Or die for being too weak to save your city.
roll initiative.
No, actually, no. I rolled twice. 12 is my initiative.
4.
Damn it.
19.
All right, Ash is up first. So for his first trick, Ash uses his action to use the camouflage illusion that you've seen him do before, where he projects onto himself what is behind him, becoming mostly invisible. You can still see him if you pay attention. And he begins to move away. So anyone who wants to hit him is going to have disadvantage to try to aim down on the predator-like silhouette in this room. That is his turn, and it is Frank's turn.
Frank's gonna try and cast a lightning bolt.
Oops. So I'm gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
Do I want to do this? You said oops. That's concerning.
I mean, just if you want to do it, do it.
I'm regretting.
Do it. No, do it.
Okay. I'm doing the thing. Do a dex save.
All right, I'm gonna roll.
Against 16.
Yeah.
Ha!
11. He's going to use his conduit of mercy powers to grant himself mercy.
Bitch.
And he's going to take half damage. From
Okay.
this.
I'm glad that he's doing that because you made it sound like I was going to do something very bad there. So,
No, the oops was, oh god, that does a lot of damage.
okay.
8d6 then.
Yeah, 8d6.
That is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
33 halved is what? 16.
Yeah.
Okay, 16 damage.
All right, so you blast him with a lightning bolt. He takes the edge of it, and you can see there is a flare of magic from his conduit power as he passes around the edge of the Primus statue. And it is Ed's turn.
Ed will use an action to cast haste on himself. So he has the benefits of all the haste shenanigans, which is, always nice to have. And then he is going to use his bonus action to flip out a dagger into his offhand and then use his move and action to move to in the direction where Ash is, to the other side of the Primus statue. Guns drawn for both himself and Martis, and both will take a shot at Ash. With disadvantage, probably, because he's still hard to see clearly, correct?
Correct.
18.
Hit.
All right. I'll roll the second attack just to see, and that's a 12, so they'll miss.
Miss.
It will do 9 piercing damage, which I'm assuming is either halved or nullified.
He can only use his conduit once per round, so it's normal damage.
Okay.
Haha.
I mean, you guys don't know it that clinically. You just notice you shoot him and the bullet hits the shape.
Yeah.
All right. It sounds like it is Reese's turn. Reese, they're fighting a killer robot. You don't know this guy.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have her draw out her sword and take the dodge action, because she's not really interested in getting in a scuffle. So she's kind of in the back right now, looking pretty uncomfortable.
All right. So Reese, you draw your cosplay sword. Are you wearing the helmet still?
Well, it's the mask.
The mask, yeah.
Yeah, she has all that on still, but does not look particularly heroic.
Okay. Lenora, your turn.
Yo, this boy Zenyatta?
The icon for Ash is Zenyatta, yes.
I'm gonna hold on to my spell slots, but I will toll the dead. That is a wisdom save against 15.
19 save.
No! Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. It's a cantrip.
All right, it's Ash's turn. He, standing next to the Primus statue, begins to spray poison and acid out of his hand on the statue, basically, creating a cloud of poison around him. Anyone who enters it is going to take poison damage and be poisoned, and the acid begins to eat away at the statue.
He's trying to topple the statue on us, isn't he?
Yeah, well, it's the dais specifically he's melting, I should say.
Little bitch. Little punk little bitch.
And Frank, it's your turn.
Okay, Frank's gonna drop another of those lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Crit pass, so he definitely saves.
Okay, so you take what, half damage?
Yeah, he doesn't need to use his conduit this time.
You still take half of 23, so that's what, 11? You still take 11 damage.
All right, you come around the other side of the statue, zapping, hands full of lightning. Classic Frank move. Ed, it's your turn.
Is he still invisible, or is he...
Yes, his camouflage works differently than the spell Invisible, so he can do stuff while he's hard to see. So
Ed and Martis, Martis and Ed move, around Ash, but stay outside of the range of the poison before they each start to take a pair of shots at him. So it's going to be disadvantage. So the first attack is a miss. Second attack is a botch.
you shoot at him several times, you miss, and one of them strikes the dais and cracks it. So you've helped him along with that botch.
No.
And then the second pair of attacks he'll do an 11 and a 23.
23 hits.
8 damage on that last shot.
Reese, you still cowering?
Yeah, I think that's all I can really do. Because to get close would be to poison myself, which seems like a bad plan.
Yeah.
I know it's been hurt, so yeah, I'll keep doing the Lord's work back here. I'm gonna back up further, so I have less room to run when the statue comes down on top of us.
Okay. I'm gonna mind spike him. Wisdom saving throw.
Against 15?
Yes.
10, he fails.
Oh no. 48 damage, take 21.
He uses his Conduit of Mercy to half that.
No, you little...
Yeah, he clutches his head with his non-bladed hand, and, he starts talking to himself again.
Oh god.
Yeah?
Spooky.
It's back to Ash's turn, and he is going to finish off melting the dais. It had 3 attacks, basically, of just to get it, because it's so huge, any imbalance in it will cause it to tip over. So he did it once, Ed hit it, and now he does it again, and it begins to tip over on Lenora and Frank, dexterity saving throws as the dead body of the god Primus falls over on top of you.
No.
Right.
9.
9.
Oop, we got 2 fails.
So we squish?
You squish.
Can I very quickly see if I can maybe do something in response to this? I just need to check something quickly.
Yep, sure.
If I were to swap places with someone as the statue's falling, would they get a chance to dex save?
The problem is you have to use an action to do that for the transposition.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool if you switch with Ash and he fucking crushed himself. Okay, here we go. 39 damage.
How much health does my squishy boy have? No, squishy boy's down to 0, huh?
Oh no, I still have 4.
All right, so Lenora, you get hit and knocked away. You get knocked prone, and you were very badly hurt. And you look back and you see Frank is crushed with his legs under the statue, unconscious.
No, it's not an attack. I can't deflect the statue away from Frank with the protection power, can I?
No.
No. Oh, well.
All right, Frank, it is your turn. Death saving throw. Have we never done one on this show before, on this season?
I've never done one in either season, I don't think.
Yeah.
Is it just a straight D20 I roll?
It's a straight D20, correct.
Yep. So for the audience, if Frank fails 3 times, he dies forever. If he succeeds 3 times, he stabilizes and is no longer in danger.
14.
14 passes, so you mark 1 success.
Yep.
So yeah, for the mechanics are you roll a d20, 10 and above is pass, 9 and below is fail, and if you get to 3 successes or 3 fails. So
And also, if someone uses healing magic on me to get me back above 1 HP, then I go back to okay.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yep, and the other one is if you roll a natural 20 in the death saving throw, which gives you 1 hit point, and then the rest of your turn to do whatever you want.
Yeah. I'm not certain on this. Is a 1 a botch? Is that a no you died?
It's two failures.
Okay, it's not an instant death.
Oh my god.
If you get attacked while you're unconscious, it counts as a failure as well.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep. All right, Ed, it's your turn.
Martis is clearly visibly pissed off and is just sort of like,
You should have hit me with that, Ash. You should have hit me.
and then they unleash. So first attack is a miss. Second attack is an 18. Does that hit?
Does hit.
All right. Third attack is a 17. Does that hit?
Yes.
And fourth attack is a miss. So let's roll 4d6 plus 8. So with 2 shots landing, they pull 21 damage on him.
Nice. So you see Frank get crushed under the body of Primus, and you just start unloading into Ash, yelling at him. And he says,
Something shitty. He says something shitty because he's a little shit.
He says,
I destroy everything I touch. It is my nature.
Your construction doesn't define your nature. You define your nature.
Reese, your turn. Frank's blood is beginning to seep out from under the statue.
Yeah, I pass. No. So Reese is going to run over to Frank, and in the scuffle, her mask is going to come off and show that she is extremely terrified right now, as she quickly draws something up and basically pries Frank's eyes open so he sees it. And it's a picture of Norbert, the adorable therapy dog who gives high fives to sick kids. And that is essentially going to be the equivalent of casting Cure Wounds with a level 4 spell slot. So this will be 4d8 plus 4, I believe.
Yep.
22 health back, Frank.
Thank you.
And Frank, you are now conscious. You're being crushed under a statue, though, and it hurts your little leggies.
Oh no. Am I strong enough to get out from under the statue if I take the turns it requires to unprone?
On your turn, we're going to start making checks.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you could also just teleport out.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, if you have both Misty Step and Transposition.
I mean, I think your legs should be crushed into splinters, but technically the magic still says you can teleport away.
We're not chunky salsa ruling my legs.
I mean, they definitely would have been pretty badly mangled. We'll talk about that later, but this is a world with magic, and you just got magic used on you, so we're going to assume you still exist from the waist down.
Okay.
Yeah, just maybe some scarring.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
It's my turn, right?
Yeah, it's Lenora's turn.
I can't cast spells when I'm prone, can I?
Yeah, you can.
I can.
Yeah, you can use half your movement to stand up. You're fine.
Alright, I'm gonna stand up, and I'm pissed, and I don't have any healing magic. Sorry, Frank. But I have another spell slot, so I'm gonna Mind Spike him again.
I like how you apologize to Frank that you don't have healing magic. Meanwhile, you're at 4 health.
Sorry, myself.
Oh, don't worry. When I get round to my turn, I'll heal you up a bit. It'll be good.
Oh.
I save 19.
So you get half, which is... What the fuck?
5.
5. So I don't feel very good. I'm bad at magic.
Oh, all right. It's Ash's turn again. He's going to dash through his own poison cloud and acid cloud and rush at Ed/Martis, brandishing his claws, and he's going to physically attack you for the first time.
Okay.
Attack. 14 and 11.
Both miss.
All right. So yeah, let's embellish that. He's like doing great big Wolverine swings at you, and you're just dodging around.
Yeah, since Ed/Martis have haste on them, their AC's increased by 2, and they're just adeptly just dodging back in, shifting with each of his slashes made toward him. Again, acting and moving in almost instinctive and fluid manner that, almost indicates that there's something to Ed about fighting that he's more adept at than perhaps his prior appearances would have led on. But yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea that this first couple acts of this, you guys were all bumbling dorks, and now you're all going to be very cool and competent and successful for the rest of it. It is now Frank's turn. Frank, your leggies.
Okay, so can I get unprone with my movement?
Nope. You'd need to do a strength check to push yourself out from under the dead body, I guess.
Okay, is that going to take my whole turn?
It's going to take your action, yeah. It's not ideal.
Okay, I'm just seeing, what things do I have that I can do as bonuses? Okay, so I could teleport out as a bonus action, so I don't use up my action. So Misty Step as a bonus action to get out from under the thing.
All right. Where do you appear? Closer to Lenora, Reese, or Ed?
To Lenora.
Oh, Dad.
So once I've teleported over towards Lenora, can I now get up from prone?
Oh, I assume you just teleport to your feet, because why wouldn't you?
Okay, that's cool. So I am on my feet. That's good.
So you're crushed under this huge metal man's body, right? And you're just like, ow, my legs, and then you pull out a card. What's the card?
Oh, have I not used this? Let's do I'm walking on air, which is Misty Step, and it's just like someone just skipping through the clouds like a very happy sunny day.
All right, and you appear next to Lenora holding that card with like a very cool anime pose as you can hear the sound of your brittle bones cracking.
What's that fucking speech from SpongeBob?
What?
I have glass bones and paper skin.
Okay. Every day I wake up and I fall out of bed and my arms break. And then I fall down the stairs and my leg break.
Okay, so I'm then going to activate my conduit power, the Aura of Vitality. I can do this once per long rest. For 1 minute, healing energy radiates out from me in an aura with a 30-foot radius. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with me. I can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura to gain 2d6 health. So I'm going to do my 2d6 recovery on Lenora.
Yay, I'm up to 13.
Ed, your turn. You're facing down Ash, who's rushing at you with no concern for his own safety.
Martis in the body of Ed takes the pistol in his hand, throws it up, and flicks out the knife in that hand. Does an attack with the first dagger against Ash. Is this still with disadvantage if he's adjacent?
Oh, no, absolutely not. He has given up. You can still see the illusion flickering on and off, but he stopped concentrating on it because he's basically trying to suicide by cop on you at this point.
So the first attack is a 12. He will bonus action attack with the offhand dagger. Again, a 12. Wow. Ed, in the form of the mage hands, will shoot at Ash with the pistol while he is 22.
Hit.
All right, so that will be 3d6 plus 4 for his sneak attack, 16 damage, and then another pair of attacks because of the bonus action from haste comes into play. So attack from Martis with the knife lands at 25, which does 5 damage. And then the other shot from Ed is an 11, which is a miss, after which the pistol that was thrown in the air drops back into Martis' hand, which the dagger has now inconspicuously returned back inside of its storage unit, and he's now wielding a pistol and knife again.
All right, so you gun kata. You're using floating gun hand and knives, and you guys are having the duel of the fates. You land a couple blows because he can't parry your knife and the guns at the same time. So you hit him multiple times. He takes, I think,
21 damage again.
21 damage. That's really good. He looks pretty bad. You've shot him a couple times through. It is Reese's turn. Hi, Reese.
Hey. I'm very stumped on what to do.
We could all use more healing.
I'm not your fucking heal bot.
There's the Chris I know and love.
No, he doesn't care about Aaron. Never mind. I'm just gonna dodge. I don't know. I'm bad. I'm done.
Okay, so it's my turn.
I have an interesting idea to do in my turn now based on that, actually. So you gave me an idea there.
I'm gonna try to toll the dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of spell slots, and it's the strongest, and I want to fuck him up. So that is a wisdom save, my dude.
17.
God, he's so wise.
He's really not.
He's not. I know. It's only a +2, motherfucker. Okay, that's it. I don't have any. I'm gonna yell some vulgarities at him.
All right, it's Ash's turn. He's going to use an ability called Reckless to give himself advantage on all of his attacks in exchange for getting disadvantage on all attacks towards him. And he's going to attack Ed again with his syringe hand. 19 and 18.
Ed uses his reaction to impose shield, and both hits, as they're about to graze his body, graze off of a flickering, tracing, outlining his body to keep himself protected.
Sucks to suck.
His AC effectively for those two attacks would have been 23.
All right, so he's just stabbing at you, just with all of his might, trying to get you, and you keep shielding. You see something flicker inside of him, like one of the bullet holes. Something sparks.
Uh-oh.
That's just something that you notice with your high perception, Ed.
He gonna explode.
Frank, it's your turn.
Okay, so I got a couple of things that I'm working on at the second. I'm going to use my bonus action to heal Lauren up again. So, Lenora, you get another...
Yay!
Okay, so that's another 4 heal. That wasn't great, but it's 4 extra.
17. Yeah, no, I'm getting up there.
You're getting up there.
Slowly.
You're back into, some alive numbers.
My coat is getting shiny again.
How is Ash looking?
His face is slashed to ribbons. He has multiple bullet holes. His camouflage is flickering on and off. He's muttering to himself a bunch of stuff about work and poison and death and saviors.
How far would you estimate we'd have to get back out of this vault?
Oh, this room is, I would say, gargantuan.
Because I'll talk you through what I'm thinking and what I'm trying to work out if there's a way I know how to do. I get the impression he's not doing great right now. There's part of me that's thinking, hey, can we pick him up and carry him to the casino so that if we're going to finish this, we do it where people can see? And I've been thinking through okay, what have I got? I've got Misty Step, I've got Benign Transposition, I've got Expeditious Retreat. I've got things I can use to move quick, but I don't know if I'm going to be covering enough ground to make sense for a combat scenario.
I mean, every 6 seconds he'll challenge you, so mathematically speaking, it's very unlikely that would accomplish much, because he would just keep stabbing you every 6 seconds for 10 minutes.
For that 6 minutes, I would be able to, each time he tried to attack me, if I'm the only person there, use the Conduit of Protection power to try and deflect the hit.
Also, he's exuding poison and acid in a cloud around you.
Right, but
Okay.
No, my idea was if we get him down to 0, we make it non-lethal. He's just out. Then we take him into custody.
But again, it wasn't the whole idea that he has to be visibly dangerous in front of people. Was that not the part of the deal?
I feel like a needle arm's pretty visibly dangerous, but I don't think Austin will let it fly.
So that's my question, is taking a guy whose arm is dripping with acid and poison through the building enough to be like, yeah, we saved you, that this guy was here, or do we need to find some way to lure him out?
I mean, it's not ideal if you guys want to have the big, cool superhero action fight scene in public where it can be all over the news.
If we just all fucking bolt, will he chase us?
You don't know.
I have an idea for something. I'm curious how he will react when I do this, but we'll see what happens.
Let me have a look at one other thing. Sorry, I'm taking a second to look at my abilities. I think...
What spell?
A catapult.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to very quickly see what I can and can't catapult.
It require the object starts at being up to 5 pounds, and each spell slot above 1 is used. You can increase the weight thrown by 10 pounds.
I don't know how much pounds are. I don't know how many pounds an ash. How many pounds would an ash
It's
be?
4 foots to a pound, eight blips to a blop. That's how the American weight system works.
I'm assuming an ash robot would be very heavy to catapult.
So to give you an idea, to throw 1 stone's worth of weight, you'd have to spend a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay, so that's not going to work for catapulting Ash then.
You cannot catapult people. No.
In that case, I'm gonna Misty Step to whoever is the closest to like where we came in. Like I want to start Misty Stepping towards like backing out of this place.
All right, so Frank, you use your turn to get as far away from Ash as possible, going back towards the stairwell you came in to get back to the vault area. And it is Ed's turn.
Martis, while in Ed's body, will look at Ash.
Please, Ash, it doesn't need to end like this.
And then he's going to use a sorcery point to cast Disguise Self as a subtle spell, to not require any somatic or verbal component, on himself to make Ed's chassis transform into that of the appearance of Martis in front of Ash. And he will follow up by saying,
We can still talk about this, Ash.
and he will abstain from attacking this turn, while Ed in the mage hands keep the gun trained on Ash.
Do you want to make some kind of charisma check?
Deception?
No, this is not him. He's not being deceived.
That's true, because it's not deception.
Would you prefer charisma or...
It's a performance because you're trying to elicit sympathy.
Okay.
Or you're trying to elicit an emotional reaction.
Okay. 16 on the performance check then.
You see he lowers his hands, I'll say that much, but he still looks like he's in turmoil. Reese, your turn.
Can I please hold my action until after Ash goes? Because if not, I'm just going to do dodge again, because I don't have anything else I can do right now.
Yeah, you can do ready and actions. You say, I'm going to X when Y.
All right. I don't have like the stuff for that. I'm kind of waiting to see how things go, so I'll just dodge.
I'm just gonna go ahead and follow Frank's lead and try and get closer to the exit. So I'm gonna do Misty Escape. I have taken damage, so I can teleport up to 60 feet. I'm gonna go over by where Frank is.
All right, Lenora, you start going with Frank towards the exit, and it is Ash's turn. Ash is squarely focused on Ed, who has used an illusion to look like Martis's body back when he was an Eladrin, before he was changed into a form. Do you want to describe that a little bit? Because this season we haven't really talked about Martis as a person.
Martis, as you noted, is an Eladrin, so the form, basically, it's still in Ed's clothes. It's just that the face is that of an Eladrin, so it's an elf, but more magical. The eyes basically glint with magic, but lack pupils. He has sort of faint, like somewhere between white and blonde hair that's sort of wispy. By other impressions, he looks like just an elf in a suit standing in front of Ash.
Ash walks forward, puts his non-acidic poisonous hand on Martis's shoulder, and kind of pulls you close.
Mm-hmm.
And he whispers in your ear,
To destroy a cancer, one must become poison.
and that spark inside of his bullet hole explodes as he turns on his damaged electromagnetic pulse and pushes you away from him through where the statue used to be, and he's going to try to blast you out of the window.
All right.
Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20.
All right, so you tell me what happens. He kind of draws you close. There used to be a statue between you guys and the window, but it's fallen over now. And he basically turns on this damaged device and almost suicide bombs you, but not to explode you, but to push you out this window of this temple that is very high up.
Ooh, there's two ways I could go with this. One is basically Martis is able to catch himself in the window opening and like kind of stand there defiantly, and the other is that he catches himself but just barely, so he's basically hanging out of the window holding it by one hand, alluding to what happened back when Ash first dropped him off a building, back when they were together.
I like that second one.
Yeah, so basically it looks like the body of Martis is thrown backwards out the window entirely, but then as sort of the shockwave resolves out, a lone hand is seen gripping the edge of the windowsill as he refuses to fall.
So is this Martis's hands, Ed's hands? You have 4 hands. I want to try to picture this perfectly.
So this is the mage hands sort of push away, so they're not quite anywhere nearby. So it's just Martis's hands, as via the disguise, gripping the edge of the windowsill. As he hasn't fallen, but he's been pushed out almost entirely of the window.
Ed is dangling out of the window, holding onto the ledge. Ash has nearly chest bursted himself, basically. Like his entire front abdomen is blown out. The metal is like twisted into almost like a maw, like an antlion mouth or something. And he is severely damaged. That device was damaged when he fell out of the 108th story window. It used up its most powerful setting to keep him from dying on impact, and it was damaged, which is why he hasn't been deflecting bullets during this fight. And turning it on was very bad for him. Actually, I'm going to say combat is basically over. He can't fight anymore, but he walks over to the window and looks down on you, Ed/Martis, as you are dangling. Frank and Lenora, you're on the far, far side. You're way too far to get involved in this. Reese, you were standing by, scared.
So Reese will run over to where Ed is. She's a very naive person, so if he wanted to, he could just rip her apart, because she's not trying to go by defensively. She's trying to get to Ed. But she's got baby arms, essentially. So she's no good at lifting people up. So instead, actually, it might be better for me to do this, because Ed has like a 6th strength.
Yeah.
Ed's arms are damaged because the last time he was dangling, Ash dropped him and he got severely damaged. So we've come full circle.
Yep.
But this time, he has friends.
I could try to pull him up. He should get stronger friends, is what I'm saying.
Ash kneels down. He's ignoring you, Reese, and he has his claws out. It looks like he's just going to stab you through the hand and force you to fall. This time you will be killed.
Can I mush his face against the wall?
Kick him.
Like just smash, like just fucking like palm him like head into wall. Do robots go unconscious like that, like in movies with people?
No.
Damn.
No.
So can I roll insight real quick to gauge whether it seems that Ash is intent to just try to kill me off right now, or is that pretty much automatically inherent?
I mean, you can roll it. We never do insight checks on this show.
16.
That's pretty good. You know that Ash is at kind of war with himself. He has always harbored a secret kind of desire to be saved from his lot in life, but he pushed that down and was a good soldier. And it wasn't until he was damaged by falling off of Sharp Financial that he, like his literally, you guys are aware of the story of Phineas Gage, correct?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So something like that happened. Phineas Gage, for those who don't know, was a man who had a railway spike driven through his head, and his personality changed. He became basically a different person because your brain kind of determines your personality. And something similar happened to Ash. He didn't become a different person, but his cold assassin demeanor became much less prominent in favor of what used to be kind of his inner desire for freedom. And that he's at war with himself. So part of him wants to save you and for you to save him. And part of him thinks, fuck this whole world. If people don't want to be saved, everyone should be dead, because what's the difference? So he's at war with himself.
My mental image is the cast major image for like a little like kid Ash, like a propeller being used. Like, don't do it, Mister. We can be better than this.
He was manufactured at this age. So
That's all what Reese thinks.
yeah, I know. I love Reese. Reese, you're a treasure.
I'll have Marta just say up to Ash, just like,
It doesn't have to end like this, Ash.
All I have left is to choose. I've made my choice.
And he plunges his syringe hand through the hand holding you out of the window.
Can I just plunge my longsword into his chest if he's trying to go for that?
Chris, you know damn well there's nothing more I would like than that.
So, this syringe hand's coming down on Ed, and we go into anime time, which is to say, like, a minute will pass, but 22 minutes are actually going to pass, because Reese has to go through a lot of flashbacks right now, and she has to think back how she watched her best friend die in an explosion and couldn't stop them, but now she has a chance to save her new friend. And even though it's something terrifying to her and she doesn't have her bravery mask on, she can't watch another friend die, even if it means doing something awful. And she's going to save her friend by plunging a blade into this robot's chest.
To be clear, your cosplay sword
Yes.
for the Sentai series Ultra Rangers.
Yes, which is still sharp because cosplay rules in Valentine are very loose.
Nice.
They're very cool with real weapons.
All right, so into the gaping hole in his chest where the electromagnetic pulse exploded it, you slam your sword, impaling him, and he does not kill Ed. He is impaled on your sword, Reese. What do you do?
Can I try to help Ed up first?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
In theory, I can try to help. Mechanically, I'm going to botch this to hell and back, but
Combat's over, so you can take 10 to help Ed up.
yeah, like once Ed's up, I can do something. But if Ed wants to do something prior to that,
no. We'll just if we can just say that you helped me out of the up into the window, that's fine. We can just do that. That's easy enough.
Ash stumbles back, looking down at the sword at his chest. Reese probably also slightly aghast at what she has done. Let's go, and Ash kind of takes a few steps back with the sword, and Reese turns to help Ed up.
Then once Reese is able to pull Ed up, she's going to run over to Ash, and she's going to try to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Ash actually stumbles back into the body of Primus and kind of falls to a seated position up against it. He's leaning, he has one hand bracing himself and the other on the sword, and he's like laying against the body of Primus. And as you come over trying to draw a picture, he like starts shaking his head.
Reese is going to keep going forward.
He says,
Please grant me this mercy.
and then he drags the sword sideways through his own body, cutting himself in half.
Oh dear.
It's a pretty damn sharp sword there, you know?
I'm assuming this is a chunky salsa moment.
He is in two pieces, and his body falls next to the body of Primus, god of synthetic life forms.
This was not ideal for our be visible fighting him, huh?
Beep boop! I got all that!
Thank you, George, who is always secretly there with me.
Reese's just gonna kind of like fall to her knees for a moment and just sort of like speechlessly stare at the scene.
George, what did you get? How did you do it? Wow, George, you're the best.
How much of that did you get, George?
Do you want to see it, or should I stop uploading it to YouTube?
Is there nothing incriminating of us in there?
Oops.
June 2018, credits.
Oh, it's June already? Goddamn.
I'm sorry, I'm Austin Yorsky, this is credits. You're Lauren Morgan, this is credits.
Wow, credits.
This is our intro, always.
It's always wow credits.
Wow, credits. Music, this month. Trance version, an arrangement of Theme from Ghosts and Goblins by Overclock
Goblins.
Remix. Goblins. Catch him in bed with a goblin.
No.
Kiss the goblins.
Please.
I'm sorry. Overclock Remix, thank you. Also Badass, an arrangement of One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII. Also Overclock Remix. And finally, Redesign Your Logo by Lemon Demon, aka Neil Cicierga. Catches stuff. Catch the wave. Crave the wave. Gotta listen to that music.
I feel like you're getting it down because you did it extra fast this month.
The music?
Yeah, you got it out so fast. Wow, gotta go fast. You're like Sonic.
I like that guy. They're making a movie out of that? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, there's somebody who shouldn't be in it that was gonna be in it as a person that was friends with Sonic, right?
Inappropriate for the credits recording. Anyway, executive producers, June 2018. You want to read?
Joseph Tombrello.
Oh gosh, I thought you were gonna say yes. I want to read, and then I would.
No,
start.
we're doing it. We're just doing it.
Okay, well, Joseph Tombrello gets 2, and then I'm gonna say Extellaris,
Random web person.
Jade,
Jesse Young.
Devin Smith,
Sivarda Nakasimova.
Arna Helgadottir,
Brent. Every episode of Dice Funk. Goatley.
The Cult of Gorfanax,
Paul Mullen.
Dr. Goatman,
Toshiro Kuro.
Andrew Grothin,
Levi the Young.
Kevin Dobbins,
Anthony Silver.
Morgan
I
Rapp,
mess it up every time.
Morgan Rapp,
Morgan Rapp. Jane Magnet.
Harley Astor,
Garrett.
Ryan Brown,
Bronze Oni.
Andrew Fallow, Andrew Fallu, conduit of mediocrity itself.
Puck.
From Shakespeare. Ionis, soy my name Nicolopoulos. Gosh.
You put this in this order on purpose.
Got her.
Can wet things smell?
Shrek'd. It's ogre. You got Shrek'd.
Whatever.
Joaquin Groening.
Jerry Flowers.
Jessval Singh.
John Barnett.
Q Cumber.
Hustlebones.
Killer Cotton Shizno.
Nicholas Dominic.
Isaac Aravello.
Yam.
Anna Michael.
Andrew Birmingham.
Gina Helver.
Douglas Williamson.
The Most Wise Guru.
Z.
It's Z23619.
Oh, it was so far over I didn't even notice.
Quench the void.
No, I will not quench the void.
You must.
A dork will smile. No, I'll quench it.
Vizzy Huggles.
J. Logan, conduit of queerness itself. Yes.
I thought you were gonna say same.
Same, but yes.
The cast of Dungeons the Gathering.
Madison Lilith McKenzie.
The Notorious Stoltz.
Victoria Melito.
Scotty Vilhard.
Aline.
Mazjin.
Criterion.
Einar Johansson.
Carter Rayner.
Major Tem.
Matthew B. Hare.
Jorgen, conduit of name butchering. Wenwick Ford. Listen, we're doing our best.
We try really hard.
I know, but it's good though. I like that everyone's adopted our lore as their naming convention, and also that they keep owning us. Those
They're
are two very
owning
good
us,
things.
so please. Too much owning.
Never too much owning. Joy
Joy
Fox.
Fox.
Joy Fox.
Razumi Yazura.
Albert West.
Ken Firstel.
Eleanor Nanante sees Periton.
Scott Cummings.
Starlight Glimmer did nothing wrong.
Jew-Man Jack.
Melly Tish.
Arjun de Koenig.
Grimlock.
John Potts.
Noah Sudret.
Zephosaurus.
Elderly Goose.
Salad Child.
Seraph Stone.
Caster UK.
Aki Savalainen.
The Paladin's Wife.
Florian H.
The Meat Copter Brigade.
I don't know if that's a reference to something or if it's just
It just
awesome.
sounds really metal.
Yeah, the Meat Copter Brigade. I'm just going to say it again because it's very good. Junk 2.0.
The Hadsels.
Dominic Bowden.
Melissa Nielsen.
Dawn.
Connor Reynolds.
Pruitt Holcomb.
Artemis BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Bristol.
Francois V.
Shanus.
Dennis Pancake Detlefsen.
Miko Kirko.
Miko from Finland.
Miko from Finland.
Dennis Bankston.
Josh Moser.
Indigo Van Dane.
5 Purple Wands.
That's another good band name. Sydney Marsing.
Just the Jester.
Brady Warner.
Kitty Foe.
James Neely.
Marissa Donaldson.
M. Joe.
Lana Seawolf.
Lana Seawolf.
Lana, I feel like I say it one way or the other every time, and I feel like no matter how I say it, you always correct me because I feel like you're out to own me.
No, it's Lana, like LAN party.
Lan,
Yeah.
listen, I'm gonna cry.
No, not during
There's
the credits.
no crying in credits.
There's no crying in credits. Toby Gleason Stack.
Matthew Weber.
Melissa Booker.
Cameron Abbas.
Dylan.
Anna Stillfar.
Sean, the host of Funk Dunk Plays.
Harrison Andrew.
Christopher Charlo.
Dorrit.
Viger Arnston.
Cody Jackson.
That's all of them.
We really fucked up this month.
I'm sorry, I did my best.
In our defense, neither of us should be awake.
That's true. So other stuff that we do on this part is I say patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. That's me. Fish Shark Marketing ended that other show I did. So this is my income now. So that's the thing.
Help him, please.
Please help the boy. Also, patreon.com/weekly manga recap for Chris. What other people?
Bandcamp.sketch.sketch.bandcamp.sketch.
Bandcamp.sketch.com for sketch. Yes.
I know. I had to continue the joke.
.com/sketch.
Yeah. Laura K. Buzz. Everywhere. And also kotaku.uk. Right?
.co.uk.
Websites.
What else? Oh, we also got, I just gotta say, we don't do this every month because I'm an idiot, but we just some phenomenal fan art out there. We just had
It's all good.
You want to talk about it?
I like it.
Specifically, the people finished up the tarot project for last season.
Yeah, I've been seeing some of those. That's fucking baller, guys.
It's very good.
What the fuck?
So shout out to Savarden, the Dragenda, Juno Heckin Steele. I'm just looking through my likes here on Twitter. Chase Jones, Cosmignon, Levi the Ghoul, Adam Sane, Abyss123, Edmund Kapusniak. I'm very bad.
He's trying.
I'm trying very hard. Who else? Cyretha. Yeah, everyone's art is killing it. Jessica Sims.
What about Aline?
Boop, doop, boop.
There's a lot of people. Did we already say C questions? I don't know if they did any cards, but they do good art.
Nicholas C. At C Questions on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay. I usually see that on I don't know. The internet.
Jared Johnson. Everyone's art is phenomenal, and
thank you to animals.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's 2 cats here that are okay, I guess.
Goblins.
I have several scars because they're too clumsy. Smudge sounds like she's Smudge.
Cat.
Sounds good.
Cat.
Chris's dog.
Scotia. Scotia only gets this one.
Scotia, no, because Chris will murder us if we leave Scotia out ever again.
Scotia's on notice. Scotia knows what it did. I don't know which. I don't know pronouns. Scotia
did Bork one time when we were recording, I think.
I enjoyed it.
Also to all the cats out there listening to the podcast, because I'm sure it happens. Meow. Oh boy.